In this video, I am going to discuss about the three basic concepts. One is the system, second topic is the property, third topic is the thermodynamic equilibrium. We will see one by one. First topic is about the system. A system. Generally, the system in scientific analysis, it is very essential to clearly identify the subject where our attention to be focused. In mechanics also, a part of body is isolated from the rest of the universe and we draw the free body diagram and we start analysis of the motion by applying the Newton's law of motion. Similarly, in thermodynamics also, we identify this subject to analysis. Okay, that subject we call the term as a thermodynamic system. For simplicity, we will call as a system. Okay, system is where our attention to be focused to solve a particular problem for the analysis or anything. That is the system. Now I will explain with the example. Okay, if you see a simple power plant cycle, it is a boiler, a turbine, condenser, a pump. Here, the turbine, if you send the high pressure stream into the high pressure stream enters into the turbine, because of this high pressure stream, it will converts into the rotation energy and it leaves the low pressure stream to the condenser. Okay, our intention is what is the amount at what is the pressure entering at the turbine and what is the pressure pressure is leaving at the turbine. Here our intention is only at the turbine. In this case we can say it is the turbine as a system. In this case, if it is our intention is what at the boiler, our intention is how much heat is supplying to the boiler to convert into the liquid into the steam. Here our focus is only about what is the heat supply to the boiler. Now in this case this is the system. Boiler is the system. Okay, in this case, if your intention is to note the at the pump, in this case this is the system. Okay, it is clear that wherever we attention is focused, that is we can say it is a system. Okay, system which is outside the system is called the surroundings. Okay, it is a certain quantity of matter is taken into the consideration where our attention to be focused. That is the system. Which is outside the system, we call it is the surroundings. Okay, surroundings. Everything outside the system we call it as a surroundings. Everything outside the system. In this case, if your attention is at the boiler, in this case a turbine, condenser, pump is everything is the surroundings. If our attention is at the turbine, now this is the system. Now these three everything is the surroundings. Okay, which separates the system and surroundings, we call it is a boundary. Boundary is a imaginary curve which separates the system and surroundings. Okay, here the three terms. One is the system, surroundings and boundary. It is clear. Okay, system where our attention to be focused to solve a problem to analysis, that is the system. Which is the everything outside the system, we call it the surroundings. Which separates the system and surroundings is the boundary. The boundary may be the real or imaginary. Okay, maybe changes in shape and size also. Okay, Next, another term is the universe. The universe, the combination of the both the system and surroundings we call as a universe. The universe is the combination of the system plus surroundings. We can tell it is a universe. Here, the types of this system. Next, before going to the types of system, we need to know some basic information about the adiabatic substances and diathermic substance. Diathermic substance. Adiabatic substance is the which allows the heat to pass through them. If it is a substance, whatever the substance which allows the heat can able to the pass through them, we call it is a diathermic substance. Diathermic substance which does not allows to flow heat through them, we call it is a adiabatic substance. And in adiabatic substance, heat it not allows to pass through them. Okay, example of the adiabatic is a glass, a wood, a cork, asbestos, okay, etc. Example of the diathermic wall is the steel and metals, steel, copper, silver, iron. Okay, this information is enough. Okay, we will move to the types of the systems. Types of system. Here, the types of the systems are mainly three types. One is the isolated system, second one is the closed system, third one is the open system. Okay, we will see one by one. Okay, first type is the isolated system. A system which is enclosed by the rigid and adiabatic boundary. The rigid is it is unable to move a position. It is the rigid, it is a stable, it is a fixed. That is the word meaning rigid. The system not in a position to move. That is the system is enclosed by a rigid and adiabatic boundary. Adiabatic boundary means it cannot exchange the energy. It cannot exchange the energy. This type of system we call as a isolated system. Okay, isolated system, it cannot exchange the either heat or work with its surroundings. Okay, this is the surroundings, with its surroundings. Such a system called as a isolated system. In this system, neither mass nor energy cannot cross the boundary. In this system, neither mass nor energy cannot cross the boundary. There is no in and no out of the mass, so delta m equal to 0. Here energy also not crossing to the surroundings, so no in and no out, so the change in the energy in this case is the 0. The second case is the second classification is the closed system. Okay, closed system. The closed system is the here it is not a rigid. Okay, the closed system is the just the boundaries are just closed. Okay, in case of the closed system, closed system is one which the boundaries are closed. The boundaries are closed so that no substance may enter or leave the system. This is a closed system. The boundaries are fully closed, so there is no mass enter in and leave the system, so delta m equal to 0 in this case. But it may take place the energy transfer take place in and out. Energy can enter, energy may leave the system in this, because this is the boundary is not a adiabatic boundary, so energy transfer take place. Okay, energy transfer take place. Next, third system is the third type of system is the open system. Open system is the open system is one which the boundaries are not having any closing. Okay, at least one or more opening in case of the opening system. Third case is the open system. Open system is one which the boundaries are not closed. Okay, having at least one or more openings of the system. Okay, this is the system. Maybe the one or more opening in the system. Here both mass can enter, mass can leave. Okay, mass can leave, and it is not a adiabatic boundary, so energy also can enter and energy also can leave. Okay, in and out. So here both mass transfer take place, energy transfer take place, through which the mass transfer take place and addition energy also transfer take place. Okay, it is clear there are the three types in the systems. First one is the isolated system, second one is the closed system, third one is the open system. Okay, here is a open system. Okay, where the mass can enter and out. Okay, by seeing this we can know this is a flow type of process. Okay, we can name it is a control volume. Control volume is the open system. Next, a closed system, that is the control mass system. Control mass system, that is the closed system. Okay, open system is, we know that mass can enter. Okay, mass can transfer, mass transfer take place in the open system, that is the control volume. Mass cannot transfer through the control mass system, but here both energy transfer take place. Here also energy transfer take place. With an example we will see. Okay, first we will see the closed system. Closed system, the examples are the pressure cooker, second one is the refrigerator and pressure cooker. Okay, the closed system. These two are the examples of the control mass system. Control mass system examples. First one is the pressure cooker, where the heat energy, what is the heat energy converting into the here. Okay, pressure energy, whatever the useful work is doing here. Okay na? Okay, here there only the energy transfer take place through this. Okay, no mass transfer here, no mass transfer take place, only the energy transfer take place in the case of pressure cooker. This is the example comes under the control mass system. Second example is the refrigerator. Here utilizing the electrical energy, okay, to make cooler inside the refrigerator. If you, this is the condenser, this is the evaporator. Inside the refrigerator it is the evaporator. This is the compressor, this is the throttle. Okay, we will deeply discuss in the upcoming topics. Okay, one by one. Okay, these are the four the main parts in the refrigerator. Okay, in the, okay, you see, this is the evaporator. What the function of the evaporator is that it absorbs the heat inside the refrigerator. Okay, it absorbs the heat energy. Okay, it is the condenser, where the air flows through over the condenser, it will absorb the air over the condenser. Okay, it makes, okay, it will circulate the heat, it will remove the heat inside and it will send to the out by the help of the atmospheric air, it will cool down. Okay, to run the compressor we need a electrical energy. Okay, here only the energy transfer take place with the only, okay, only energy transfer take place. Okay, no mass transfer take place. This also comes under the example of the control mass system. Now it is a clear, examples of the control mass system. Now we will see the control volume with examples. Control volumes examples are the first one is the control volume examples are the air compressor. Control volume, air compressor, air compressor, air compressor we see in mechanic shops or outside or in the lab also, where the some cylindrical type a vessel will be there. Okay, both mass will enter, mass of air, sorry, mass of air, okay, mass, okay, air will enter and by the making a rotary which will create the vacuum and it will sucks to this and it makes to it pressurized, it will compress the air and we will, it will release the required level range of air, highly pressed air will, it will come. Here it is clear that mass transfer take place in the air compressor. Next is the gas turbine. Okay, a gas turbine. In gas turbine, high pressure, okay, high pressure stream enters and it will leaves a low pressure stream. It is clear that mass entering and mass is a leaving. So this is the example comes under the category control volume. Okay, control volume. Okay, control mass and control volume. Control volume is means what, where the mass, where the mass and energy both transfer take place. Control mass system only the energy transfer take place, no mass transfer take place, it is enough. Okay, the second topic in this video is the property. Every system has a certain characteristics by which its physical conditions may be described as a volume, temperature, pressure. Such characteristics are called as a property. Now the properties, okay, the properties are the coordinates to describe the state of the systems. The properties may be the two types. Properties are the two types. One is the intensive property. Okay. Second one is the extensive property. First one is the intensive property. Intensive properties are the independent of the mass of the mass in the system. Okay, independent of the mass of the system is the independent of mass of the systems, where the extensive properties are the extensive property are which are dependent on the mass of the system, dependent on the mass of the systems. Okay, intensive properties are the independent of the mass system. Here is the dependent of the mass of the system. The examples of the intensive property, it is independent of the mass of the system. Where the examples are the pressure, temperature, etc. Here the examples are the volume, all type of energies, internal energy, kinetic energy, pressure energy. Okay, these are in these properties. Can we add a total volume in the system v1 plus v2 plus v3? We can sum of these properties, but total pressure, okay, pressure cannot be sum of two different, okay, Extensive property, intensive properties are the two types of the two different types. Okay. Okay. These two are the two types of the properties. Where the extensive property, if the mass is increased in this system, the mass is increased, the value of the extensive properties are increased. The values of the extensive properties are increased. Okay. Extensive property per unit mass. Extensive property per unit mass. Extensive properties, all these extensive properties per unit mass are the intensive property. Okay, example of the extensive and intensive, you can see. Okay, this is a system. Okay, system A and system B. It's a pressure P1 and temperature T1, volume V1, P2, here T2 with is the volume V3. Okay, these two are the intensive property, where the volume is the extensive property. Simple. This up to this information is enough. Next topic in this video is the thermodynamic equilibrium. Mainly, when the system is said to be in isolated, okay, there should be no spontaneous process should not be occur inside the system. When okay, in the definition we see it is a concept associated with the absence of any tendency for the spontaneous changes when the system is isolated, that is the equilibrium. Okay, when the system is said to be in equilibrium, there should be no any spontaneous process should occur inside the system when the system is at isolated, that is the equilibrium condition. Okay, basically equilibrium implies means the condition of unbalancing. Okay, the condition of balancing between the two opposing factions is the equilibrium. There are the different types of the equilibrium. First one is the mechanical equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium, when the system mechanical equilibrium, when the system is said to be in the mechanical equilibrium, when all the mechanical forces within the systems are balanced, so there is no acceleration. Okay, then it is said to be a system in the mechanical equilibrium. Okay, second one is the thermal equilibrium. A thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium exists within the system when the temperature is uniform throughout the system, so that there is no heat transfer take place within the system. Then the system is said to be a thermal equilibrium. A thermal equilibrium. Third equilibrium is the chemical equilibrium. The chemical equilibrium exists when there is no chance of reaction within the system. That is the chemical equilibrium. We can say it is a fourth as a phase equilibrium. Phase equilibrium means they should not occur, they should not change the any phase. Okay. Phase equilibrium exists within the system when there is a no phase transfer, such as a melting, vaporization within the system. Okay, these are the four different equilibrium systems. A system said to be in the thermodynamic equilibrium if it does not have capacity to the spontaneous changes in the it should not have any spontaneous changes within the state after it has been a isolated system. Okay, that is the system said to be in thermodynamic equilibrium if it is simultaneously it should be in the thermal, mechanical and chemical and phase equilibrium system, then the system said to be in the thermodynamic equilibrium. Okay, thank you. Okay, finally we understood. Okay, what is the thermodynamic equilibrium? For a system to be in thermodynamic equilibrium, it should be simultaneously in a mechanical and thermal and chemical phase equilibrium. When the system is isolated, there should be no spontaneous tendency of occurring any process inside the system. Then we say a system under the thermodynamic equilibrium. Thank you. We completed three topics. First one is the about the system and different types of the systems. Next is the property types of the properties. Third one is the thermodynamic equilibrium. Thank you.